In 1992, me and my two friends from West Virginia who moved down here took a trip back to West Virginia. One of them married my wife's cousin, and the other married a girl that graduated a year behind me at Quitman. We got to be friends. They moved here in the late 80s. Started out as hunting on my place. They hunted my grandmother's place. If y'all followed me for a long time, that precious place that I sold over there, that 157 acres. Well, there's a lot of deer in West Virginia at the time. So we took a trip to Buckhannon, West Virginia in 1992 in my famous classic Silverado. It was brand new at the time. Got 600,000 miles on it now. And we stopped in Hatfield and McCoy country where they was raised and visited their parents in Logan, West Virginia. Logan, West Virginia is a neat place. If y'all ever want to just read a neat story, read The Legend of Mamie Thurman. Real neat story, and they tell me it's all true. It's a pretty cool story if you read it. Tragic. But anyway, we stopped in Logan, hilly coal country. And the hunting was up in West Virginia, a lot of deer up there. We had a good time. And visit, I think, it was their aunt. I forgot what she was, sweet woman. I didn't get a deer, they did. And anyway, we come back. We swung back through Logan, and I think we said hi again to their parents. I think we spent a night there. And right on that town, I forgot, on the West Virginia side, the West Virginia-Kentucky line, we walked in, and there was these two girls. One of them was my size, the other one was about 5 foot tall and 100 pounds, just started flirting with us. And I mean flirting hard, like, hey, stay here with us. And I remember getting back in the truck, and I thought, oh God, at our age, I'm glad we're all married, or, no telling, got us in trouble up there. I never will forget that. And the thing that stood out the most, I remember they got so upset on me, because it's an 18-hour drive anyway, driving back through Kentucky, mainly through Kentucky. And I said, hey, let's stop here. And they said, Mitchell, I ate a lot back then. I've never seen anybody eat like you. You've had 3 breakfasts, you've had 3 lunches, and you have 3 suppers. We're never going to make it back to Arkansas. Well, anyway, that was a good trip, memorable trip. I thought we'd do it forever. And it just didn't work out. We never went back, and they really depopulated the deer all through West Virginia. They said it wasn't the same. So let's fast forward. Several more years of them hunting on my grandmother's place and this and that. Well, a year before grandmother passed away in 1998, I come by, and that old house, was it was a lot better shape than it is now. And there was a car I didn't recognize parked there. And there'd been some other people trying to get her to sell the place since Grandpa died and all that other stuff. And I thought, man, I'm going to check in on that and see what's going on. And I thought it was a certain woman. Her and her husband was conniving, and they took advantage of a lot of old people. And they got them to sell their place pennies on the dollar. But I never will forget, my dad went in there, and I can't repeat what he said, but he told the woman never sit on the place and he meant it. But I thought, maybe that's her again. Maybe she's got a different car. So I went in there. And there's a pretty older woman in there. I'm like, all right. And I was talking to her, and she said, well, I used to be a Rice. And she said, Mitchell, this was our place. And in like 1938 or so, yeah, we bought it in 38. But she said, she says, best years of my life. That place over there, I was out of my mind when I sold it. It was the best years of my life, the 52 years that I was part of it. And she said, Arkansas is biblical, and this Cleveland County is. And she said, it was the most special years of my life, and I can't tell you how many people said that. And it was, and it still is. It's a very precious place to me. I cry every time I think about it. But anyway, well, I said, what happened? She said, we moved. And she didn't say why or whatever. I said, where to? She said, a place you never heard of. And I said, where? Try me. She says, Logan, West Virginia. I'm like, what? I said, we just got back from there a few years ago. I said, I've got 2 brothers that are from there that's been in this place that killed their first few Arkansas deer here. I said, you've got to be kidding me. She said, really? I said, yes. I went and visited their parents. I said, they graduated in Logan. I said, this is unreal. I said, you lived in this house and you moved to Logan, West Virginia, where those 2 boys come down married a couple girls from Quitman, and now you're here telling me you went to high school at Logan, West Virginia. She said, what's their dad's name? And I said, yeah. She said, oh, I remember him. She said, he was younger than me. He was in 7th grade when I graduated. Guys, can you believe that? What are the odds? Things happen to me like that all the time. One of my friends said, well, and he was an intelligent mathematical guy. So what? I said, it wasn't the county over. I said, for God's sakes, I said it was Logan, West Virginia. So that's another one of my stories, unbelievable stories. Love you guys.